What up, guys? Back here with another review. Yeah, boy. So let's just start off with traction. Well, the traction in this shoe is um a lot of people say it's a new traction, but I looked at it carefully and it's not a new traction. It's actually from the Soldier 9 if you really look into it. Like the back heel. See those little triangles? That's exactly what the Soldier 9 had back in the day. Except it had it, I think it was in like little pentagon shapes, and it had a bunch of these little triangles in the back, in the front, throughout the whole shoe. But I guess I could say traction is a bunch of triangles, just different shapes, and traction in the shoe is really good outdoors. I play three different type of courts. I play asphalt, concrete, and like this other type of like sandpaper concrete. Um, Almost like the concrete that the tennis courts have. And well, even with dust and everything, cause I play outdoors, it was gripping the floor pretty good. I never slipped or anything on wet conditions. You slip there and here, but not as much as other shoes. The traction was good, but the durability is actually way better than the previous version, the Soldier 10s. Those would wear out way too quick, and these shoes are more durable, but as you can see, it's still wasted out here a little bit towards the. This is a problem. This shoe would last way more outdoors if Nike didn't make the zoom unit protrude out. If it was, cause it always wastes out right here where the zoom unit protrudes out. If it wouldn't protrude out, it would have not wasted as much right there in that certain area. The durability is actually pretty good compared to any other shoes that I've played in outdoors that are meant for like indoors. It actually lasted. These would actually last you way more than the Soldier 10. So if you're looking for durability, this is better. It holds up pretty good. I saw other reviewers saying that the rubber's pretty hard. Yeah, it is pretty hard, but I feel like it's still a little shallow, but it will last you outdoors. Um, Also, I play in a shed, and the shed is really dusty, and with dust, these were gripping the floor good. I didn't slip. I mean, you can the Lebron Soldier 10s when I played with those in the shed. It was very dusty there, and I had to do wipes. With these, I didn't have to do wipes, and I was gripping the floor good. So traction is good for outdoors. Durability is pretty good, better than other shoes. And dust does not like really um damage it or make the performance lack. All right, let's move on right into cushion, guys. The cushion is just a phylon with two zoom units, one in the heel, and it protrudes out, and one in the forefoot. Um, Cushion was actually better in these than last year. I could feel the zoom unit more than I did in the last year's model, the Soldier 10. Um, Everything was good. Like impact protection was definitely there, and responsiveness. Core feel not too much. They were a little high off the floor, but not as much as last year's. But cushion was really good actually. When I would land from high jumps, I would be good. Like my feet wouldn't hurt, my knees wouldn't hurt. I had definitely have impact protection, and you can feel the zoom units more. And in this version than the last year's version, you can feel them like protecting your feet, and when you step in, also step in comfort in this shoe is really good, way better than last year's. And that's it. Cushion, I would give it a plus. But the only problem with the cushion, I would say, is since the zoom unit protrudes out in the back of the shoe, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it protrudes out, and since like the back base wasn't too wide, I say like last year's, it seems pretty narrow from the back. When I was landing, happened to me a couple times, but I guess since it's the zoom unit protrudes out and makes the shoe get off the floor a little higher, it felt pretty unstable from the back. Like when I would land or when I was going in, I would land, and if sometimes like once or twice it felt like I was about to roll my ankle. I think because they're not too stable. They should have made the back wider for more stability, but other than that, it was pretty good. And I'm not the only one experiencing these issues with the zoom units protruding out and the base of the shoe not being wide enough. Also, Don from the Soul Brothers had an experience, and since it wasn't too stable, but his ankle was pretty stable in it, it went up to his knee and it hurt it. But stability is kind of a issue in this shoe. Let's move on to the materials. The materials is the same as last year's from the top. It's a mesh foam back upper with oh, I got the premium version. There's also the regular version, but mine includes some suede all around, all through here. I'm not sure the camera's capturing it too right, but seems like it's not. But it's a suede upper with mesh on the top. I would say the materials were pretty good. They were pretty pliable from the top, and then I like how they put suede up here because it gave it some good support. But yeah, for outside, I would say the suede is pretty good, but the discoloration of the black was coming off way too quick on my pair. That was pretty cheaply made if I think about it. But other than that, everything was good. The upper seems to, even though it's a foam back mesh, you have kind of these straps protecting it, and it seems like it's not going to tear up too quick on you. And also ventilation, I would say is not so good. My feet did get pretty hot in them. The previous year, those were a little bit better. My feet would get warm, and these would get pretty hot. I feel like it's not too breathable for outdoor hooping. For outdoor hooping, your feet are probably gonna get hot from the sun, and yeah, ventilation isn't too well on this shoe. Let's move on to the fit. The fit, I would say go true to size. This year's model doesn't run as wide as last year's. They narrowed down the fit to more like a regular fit, regular feeding fit. So I would say go to true to size. But if you're a wide footer, I would say go up half a size, but I'm not too sure about that. I feel like you should try them on in stores since these aren't like wide anymore. The fit is pretty good. Everything was soft and pliable. Moving on to the support. All right, this is the area where it changed a lot. So last year's model had 3 straps. This has 4 straps, but the 4 straps do keep you contained and everything. You can feel the containment better on these this year's model than last year's, but the only problem was that if you needed ankle support, last year's model was way better. This year's model, they kind of took off the support from the ankle. It's kind of like it feels like a mid, doesn't feel like a high anymore. Like the most thing that stood out from last year's model was the ankle support. Like if you had glass ankles, that was definitely the shoe to go with. And this year's model is not too good. It lost the ankle support. So if you're looking for ankle support, I would tell you not to get these anymore. Just go for the last year's model. Those had way more ankle support. The support and everything is good, even though these materials are pretty pliable. So support is good for outdoors, even doing crossing cuts. It didn't feel like you were sliding out the footbed or anything. Yeah, but my overall thoughts about this shoe, I would say I would recommend it for outdoors definitely. If you're an outdoor hooper, I would say get these. The price is pretty steep. For the premium ones, 140. For the regular general version, it's 130. But I would say just wait it out probably like a month or so or a couple months from now, and the price is gonna drop. And I would definitely recommend these for outdoors. Impact protection is there. The rubber's pretty hard. It doesn't seem to waste out too quick. The upper seems pretty durable. It doesn't seem like it'll rip or anything. The only downside is it doesn't have too much ventilation, but that's about it. You're covered on cushion and durability, and that's mostly what matters in an outdoor shoe. But this was my review, and thanks for watching, guys.